Alright, so I will give you bitch ass jits an update on Tarzan the sex offender at the end of this fucking video, but there are a few other news stories that I'm interested in. First of all, The Game. He was a popular rapper back in 2005, before most of you jits were born. His album The Documentary went double platinum, mostly thanks to 50 Cent, who wrote a lot of the album. The big singles he was definitely a part of, and Eminem was also on one of the songs. His next few albums didn't do too well, but he always had high-profile features like Kanye West, Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Tyler the Creator. Obviously, he had his moment in 2005, and in later years he collaborated with younger rappers to stay relevant. Another move he made for relevance was he beefed with other rappers like 50 Cent, Meek Mill, Stitches, Young Thug, and even Sean Kingston. The Sean Kingston Game beef was the most ridiculous shit ever.
Change your heart, what the fuck you talking about? You a disgrace to the blood, nigga. I fuck with real bloods, you hoe ass nigga. Fuck you. Everything you claim for, hoe ass nigga. You 43 years old, still trying to do music, bitch. Hit me up. I need a hook. I need you to write for me, Sean. I'm trying to do some shit. Nigga, I was a fan of the documentary. You been ass ever since, bitch.
I wonder how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches Meek had to make your fat jelly bean smuggling ass to fucking switch up on his Instagram when you know fucking well that you got your ass robbed in the club, ran for all your fucking jury, you ain't do shit, your nigga sat there and watched you get robbed, you left the club, called my phone, said, "Game, big bro, somebody robbed me, can you help me get my chains back?" I told your fat ass that I would fucking see what I can do. Then you got off the fucking phone, called me back 10 minutes later talking about Meek called you and told you that I had you set up and robbed in the club. Then you sued the club, called detectives, then you called detectives with Meek on the phone, let them speak to Meek, incriminating me and my fucking entourage saying that we fucking robbed you, nigga. They had detectives knocking on my fucking door, nigga, at my crib, nigga. You a fucking lying ass nigga. And Meek, you know you can't fucking put hands on nobody, nigga. You a buster. You can't fight. You ain't gonna shoot shit. So stop fronting for these Instagram followers. I'm fucking you up on sight, nigga. Period. Both you niggas some pussy.
From my recollection, The Game has always been around, like he would drop an album every year, and I can respect him for working hard, and the truth is, he just couldn't find any hits. He couldn't really surpass his first album, which many consider to be a fucking classic. I guess in 2016, he had some stupid fucking reality show called She Got Game. The concept was he got a bunch of light-skinned bitches to go on dates with them or some shit. I don't really know. But anyway, a contestant went on a date with them thinking it was gonna be for the show, but The Game showed up to see her highly intoxicated on drugs and alcohol, and allegedly he sexually assaulted her multiple times. He said he reached into her dress and started rubbing her vagina and her butthole. I can't use the term ass because it's offensive. This is a sensitive fucking topic, you guys.
You're about to sue Mr. Game for an undisclosed amount. Yes.
Let's get to the meat and motherfucking
Yes,
potatoes.
suing this. Are you gonna get money from this motherfucker?
Yo.
He said, "I will never pay anybody."
And I'm saying this to him. Oh. You are giving me $10 million.
Let's go. Who's gonna give you $10 million?
Jayceon motherfucking Taylor,
also known as
The Game.
Let's go.
Is giving me $10 million.
And why is he gonna give?
Never mind.
Why is he giving you $10 million?
This nigga's giving me $10 million because I'm probably the first female that ever stood up for his disrespectfulness.
To the mic.
How did he disrespect you for the people that are unaware? Because we got to build this case.
I think everybody else is already aware of what's going on because they probably hate me for it because I let everybody know that he sexually assaulted me.
What?
And this is real. And he also attacked me, and this is caught on camera. And let me say this right now, and I'm gonna say it right now. But 51 Minds, if it ain't real, why y'all offer me money?
In 2019, she was granted $7.1 million, and he just didn't pay her. He needed that money to buy features from Drake, so she filed a motion requesting the seizure of Game's income. And in April 2020, she was granted ownership of his record label, Prolific Records, and received all his royalties from his 2019 album, Born to Rap. She should have asked for the royalties from the documentary. He says that she's lying and that he's never gonna pay her. Who knows what happened? One thing is for sure, he couldn't beat the case. Now, He just released an album last Friday, and I'm a little bit late on this. I didn't think it'd be relevant at all. He did say on the No Jumper podcast that the album would go #1, but I don't see one fucking song in the top 100. If he's lucky, it'll be in the top 20. He did the same thing that he usually does. He got a bunch of current rappers like Youngboy, Blueface, Tory Lanez. People are talking about this record because he dissed Eminem. He made a whole 10-minute tribute song dissing Eminem called The Black Slim Shady. I didn't know that Eminem was white, and I also didn't know that the Game was black. I mean, look at his dad. This dude definitely has some Caucasioid features. My personal opinion, if you're under the age of 21, you might not like Eminem. You might think he's corny, but he was really huge between 1999 and like 2012, 2013. And unlike the Game, he could still drop a platinum album with a few singles. We're talking about someone who sold 220 million compared to someone who only sold 10 million. I'm not trying to take away anything from either artist. It's both very impressive. You just can't stay on top forever. The Game went double platinum in 2005, and a lot of that had to do with him piggybacking off of 50 Cent and Eminem, who were both the two biggest rappers at the time, both of them having diamond records. That means they sold 10 million in the US off of one record. Nowadays, the Game might push 50k units, and Eminem again is still going platinum with every record he releases. Now, it's not like the MGK beef where it was old versus young. These guys are both old. They both have arthritis, erectile dysfunction, hearing aids, AIDS in general, kids in their 20s. Speaking of which, the Game is creeping on Eminem's daughter to get a reaction. I feel like the Game dissing Eminem is just him trying to stay relevant, and it's kinda working. About 5-6 people give a shit. I listened to the song, and it's full of references to Eminem's music, The Chainsaw, Stan, Rap God, a lot of stuff. And if you're not an M fan, you probably won't understand what half of the Game is saying. Now, I thought the song was boring, much like how this video is boring. The only line I was amused by was when he said Eminem has been wearing a do-rag for 10 years, and he only has one wave. M has made some fire music in the past, but the do-rag, that just wasn't it, man. Now, I don't think this was a good move for the Game. Unlike MGK, Game's fans are invested in spiritual miracle, multi-syllable deep rap, and those are the same fans that Eminem has, you know, older hip-hop fans. This beef just came out of nowhere. I mean, these old fucking guys need to stick together. Apparently, Game was upset that he wasn't invited to the Super Bowl halftime show. Again, these four guys sold over 100 million records each, and my man, the Game, should just be happy that he used to be relevant instead of being upset that his former collaborators outlasted him. Still, I'm looking forward to seeing how Eminem responds. I don't care about either of these guys' personal lives because they're both fucking rich. I'm predicting that M won't do a full-on diss. He'll probably just do a verse where he sends a couple shots at Game. Next story. Edgars have been taking over amusement parks in California, specifically Knott's Berry Farm. The CEO of Six Flags has said that their theme parks have turned into cheap daycare for teenagers. Where do I even start? The Edgar fade. This haircut, I got nothing against it. If you're a teenager and you want to get laid, I'd go with the bangs. This haircut has always worked with girls, from the Beatles to Justin Bieber. You can't really have this haircut as a 24-year-old though. At a certain point, you gotta give it up. I prefer the Edgar cut over the buzz cut. You got your whole life to be bald. Or if I see a white dude with braids, I instantly know that he didn't finish high school. Second thing, I'd rather see teenagers out and about at the amusement park than at home playing Xbox. At least they're being social, active, out and about. Sure, they're getting into fights sometimes, but that's just a part of growing up. I mean, what's wrong with that? That's always gonna happen. They stopped letting teenagers at Knott's Berry Farm unsupervised because of Edgar on Edgar combat. It's like, whatever happened to kids being kids? You're just letting a few outliers ruin it for everybody. Not to get too sidetracked, but sometimes I hate California people. People from out there always talk about how great In-N-Out Burger is, like that's their main personality trait. These Californians are definitely ruining Colorado. Knott's Berry Farm, that is a place I want to hit one day. We don't have any good amusement parks here. This is what we got, and it's going to be replaced by apartments pretty soon. That's not even a joke. So according to this poll, which is 100% accurate, 94% of people agree that VM is the type of dude to pull his pants all the way down when he uses a urinal. VM released a dumbass video saying that I want to interview him.
Look, famous criminals, you've been wanting the interview, so fine, you get your interview, okay? I made your channel so big, I'll come on there and address some things. We can do a Zoom call, tell famous criminals, I'll give them a...
Bro, I have never asked to interview VM. I've never interviewed anybody, actually. What's this weird rumor that this is an interview channel? I don't do that. No, I'm not going to interview him. He's just going to talk about how he was the coolest guy in middle school. He was trying to say that he had the biggest dick in middle school. Like, of course, dude, you're 26. Y'all see what I mean by him being bipolar? A few days ago, he was threatening to fine me, to sue me, and he was saying he was going to pay someone to delete my channel. Why the fuck would I give this dude a platform? Why would I be nice to this dude after all of that? I just don't like how you could switch up, be a dick one day, then be nice the other.
I made your channel so big.
Oh, that's right. VM made the Island Boys, he made Famous Criminals, but he's never made a woman orgasm. Of course, he's going to pretend that he's responsible for my channel becoming successful, which, let's be fair, my channel isn't actually successful, but still, I have more views than he does, so that's not possible. It's the other way around. Nobody would know who this guy is if it wasn't for me and the Island Boys. He should thank me for putting him on. All publicity is good publicity. You're welcome, VM. I will say that a lot of my more popular videos are about the Island Boys. If they ever came forward and said that they were a huge part of my channel getting big, I would agree. Now, best of luck to those guys. Now, let me read some comments. This guy is saying that he has watched 20 of my videos and that I remind him of Daniel Tosh. I could see that because he did those web redemption things. He kind of explores internet weirdos like I do. If I was your manager, I would broaden your subject matter to something besides the Island Boy and VMs. I talk about all types of shit, man. I've made outsider videos. I've talked about the Illuminati, DB Cooper, Peso. I've done news stories. The Island Boys consume about 10% of my content, but like a third of my views are stuff related to them. The video about them getting kicked out of the Jake Paul fight still gets views every day, like 7 months later. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. But just because that's my most viewed video doesn't mean it represents all my videos, and it damn sure doesn't mean it's the best thing I've ever made. Even though this comment is good intentioned, it does irritate me that he's advising me to do something that I already do, or at least something that I try to do. Now, I got this message on Snapchat telling me to make a video about Andrew Tate. How do people miss this? Famous Criminals #2 fan, we should respect people for chasing their dreams and chasing their clout. I agree with that. That's something that Plato said. Now, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from being successful. Chase your fucking dreams. Don't give up. Shout out to Real Famous Criminals #1 fan. Zay Hilfiger left a comment. So this dude had a hit song 5 years ago, and by hit, I mean 466 million views. God damn, I need to catch up with that jit. Now, this jit named Flossie Carter said he got a headache from watching my video. Yeah, I got a headache making it. The Island Jits left a comment saying that everything I say is a lie. Can I do a video on Delonte West? That's the NBA player who became homeless. I mean, at least he's not in prison. And this last comment, bro, why are you talking like a robot? I'm just really inspired by Kraftwerk and Isaac from the Orville. Anyway, I'm out.